Okay, so I wanted to try out using my Artistly to do sort of photorealistic renders now. Yeah, I'm using SketchUp and I've got Inkscape, which is a brilliant render engine and works with inside SketchUp. But I was just thinking possibly I could do a reasonably good render for like an interior or something using just my SketchUp renders. So let's see what we can do. I'm going to just give this kind of viewpoint, and when you export on SketchUp you can go here and say export and a 2D graphic, but for the sake of simplicity I'm going to just do a screen grab just to keep all things extremely simple. So I'm going to just do a screen grab here. There we go. And I'm going to save that. I have already done one of them, but I'm going to save this as screen sketch. Let's save that. Okay. So now I'm going to head over to my Artistly. For those of you who don't know Artistly, it's got a $47 deal and a $147 or something on that reason. It takes prompts and turns them into visual elements, from flipbooks to a whole lot of stuff. So it's the AI world. But this one little feature here, maybe I should just take it right back. Yeah, so when you come to Artistly itself, it's got kind of two core features. The one is the advanced feature where you can go to in-painting and a few other stuff. I don't work that much there at this point. I use mostly the fast image editor designer, and the one I simply love since the version 5 update was the AI design assistant, for reason of basically these 3 or 4 features. Okay, so I'm going to go to human stylizer and I'm going to load that picture that I just took there now. So let me see, I think that was the screen grab. So yeah, I have some prompts that I put together already and generated some stuff here, so I'm not going to reinvent the wheel. I'm going to go like 3D model house, make it look photorealistic. Okay, keep the prompts basic. So I'm going to put that in there, and then I think I gave, let's see what this prompt was all about. Oh, the seating near the undercover jacuzzi, you had to have brown leather, and planting there, you had to have a rose bush. Okay, this one is a bit more comprehensive. I think I'll just put that in there. So what I'm saying is these plants here, let them have some rose bushes in, and the seating underneath this area where the jacuzzi is to have that as brown leather, and then make the 3D model of the house look photorealistic. So there's a swimming pool, and hopefully it encapsulates that. And yeah, then I think I did give a prompt about a fireplace. Let me just add this to that. There's 3 women sitting on the leather lounge suite, which I didn't do too well, and there's a floaty in the pool. So I think that's enough for now. So I'm going to just add all these prompts here and generate. So the purpose of me doing this little brief exercise is that using Inkscape is brilliant because I can animate it and all that sort of stuff. But if I want a visual of an area, I could just use this, take the 3D model and skin it, kind of add textures to it. Okay, so let's see what we come with it. Again, the challenge is once you modify it, if you want to change any elements, if you're using Inkscape and so forth, you just change the element, re-render it, and you have the exact same thing. Here you're going to have iterations of it, which might be a bit of a challenge. You can use some other tools, but the point I want to show you here is with that particular prompt what we're going to get. And we'll just see what that pulls up with. While we're looking at that, let me just show you, these were ones that were done earlier. Here you can see the leather lounge suite, pool and everything. And for practical purposes, this might be something that somebody wants to just say, okay, this is the kind of look and feel I have. And then once you have this, you can pull it in and say, okay, change that pot plant to a green pot plant. There's some features in the advanced section that you can in-paint that. I'm not yet impressed too much with it, the consistency. But you could in-paint that and change the quality of that pot plant itself, or place something in the pool. Yeah, so let's see what we have here. Let's just refresh this page with those particular prompts that I was copying across there. Yeah, it's actually added I was going to add an evening kind of view to it, but look at that. Okay, the people's faces aren't too exact, but it's put a lounge video, added some nice nuances inside. But check that, it's given some sort of concept idea. So I could take this, and because this is part of the generation, I can say, let me just do one more iteration of it. So I'm going to go back here, and of course you can use other prompts, other areas here. I use just the human stylizer, which is basically used for facial things where you can restore, black and white photos, scratch photos and all that. This one is really brilliant for it. So I'm going to go choose from library and use the one that we've generated already. Takes a little while to refresh here, but we shall be patient. Let me see if I go to uploads. There's no images there. Okay, let me try and generate that again. Choose from uploads. There we go. Okay, so this is the one I want. And the elements I want to change here is maybe just increase the quality of the faces and bodies of the two women sitting on a leather couch, and maybe have two men standing with a ring in their hands alongside the pool and talking to each other. Okay, point I'm getting is I'm adding additional prompts on here, and maybe I have to say leave all other things as is, including lighting. Okay, so I'm saying leave the lighting there, place two men there, make these women's quality of their visuals a bit better. I think in the other prompt I said add the lighting things here, which it did do on the lighting here, but it still kept the daylight here. It dimmed the things and added a bit of nuance there with the light. So let's refresh this and see our final take on this one. Okay, there we got something. Let's see what we come up with. Okay, so the face is still very glitchy, but now instead of two guys, we've got three guys there and two ladies there, but their facial structures are nowhere what we want. But if we look at the house design, I think the mood is really, really cool. We've captured quite great sort of features with it. So this could be a great mock-up. Again, the seating of the people here looks like this one is sitting almost right through the couch here. But otherwise, I think we're on track. So this will be a cool render for a mock-up for somebody to say this is what it could look like in the evening. If we had a swimming pool. Currently in this design of the actual house, there's no swimming pool here. So this will give a kind of look and feel of how it works there. Great.